Guys, I am so sorry that I have not posted anything in over a week. I have had my hands full lately, but that's actually a double-edged sword. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. One, I have been so stuck on work. Work has literally been kicking my ass on all three aspects, not just with my YouTube channel, but with all other things as well. With my channel, I have been recreating thumbnails for my videos that I've been trying to do my streaming to, because there's so many games that I want to stream, that I want to show you the fans to, and I have uploaded a lot of good thumbnails just so I can keep more new viewers and new people entertained, so they can be newcomers of watching my material as well. And then as for my novel, my book X Trauma just dropped last month. It is doing great with reviews. I suggest you guys check it out. If you have a LinkedIn account, I will send you guys a link in the description box when you first connect me to LinkedIn. And just everything else, just everything has literally been falling in my lap lately, and I've just been trying to find and just boost up material as much as possible. So please forgive me for that. I should have let you guys know ahead of time, but it's just, man. But at the same time, in a good aspect, I'm gonna be more focused on my channel more. I'm gonna be pushing out more energy just for you guys. Just for you guys. If I'm not doing any reviews, I'm going to be doing a lot of Let's Plays and a lot of good streams on my YouTube channel. So just stay tuned for that. You're not going to be sorry. Now, this review, Azumanga Daioh, might be the most longest review I've ever freaking did. Ever since my first review of Veronica. So I have to buff you guys in for that. The review might be over 25 minutes long. I'm sorry if you guys hear any things in the background. I already told them to keep it down. But this is basically an introduction, so I don't really care. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And stay tuned for what's coming to you guys in the future.
If I join your little party.
Now, lately, since I've been out for a while, I've been looking at some feedback on my channel, and people have been telling me that I've been looking more like a student than an actual teacher. Now, I am I am a critic teacher, and I agree. I agree. Since I grade my reviews, and since my name is out there as a critic teacher, I decided to treat myself with this jacket because, hey, look, I do take criticism very seriously if it's criticism to help my channel grow. And I decided to treat myself with this jacket because I feel like if I'm going to give you guys a material of a teacher, I might as well give you guys a look like a teacher. So, and I thought it came out pretty well. I thought the jacket suited me pretty good. And I'm open for debate and I'm open for criticism as well to help my channel boost up. Hey, you done? Hey, nigga! Hey, don't interrupt me while I'm doing this review. Hey, look, I'm sorry, okay? My bad. But look, I'm sorry. It's just your jacket, it stands out. You can barely fit that jacket. Shut up! Nigga? Anyway. Azumanga Daioh is a Japanese Yankoma animated series that is based on the manga that is written and illustrated by Karahiko Azuma. In life, in an unnamed Japanese high school of 6 girls and 2 of their teachers, things become more than just studying for tests and doing homework, as they all experience a lot of situations together, whenever it is fun, boring, dramatic, or just downtime. All of them begin to have a solid connection and soon have memorable moments. Now, all the animes that I reviewed has been violent, been full of action, been full of blood and gore, even swearing, just full of profanity and even context as well. I have to be honest, man, I had to take a break from all that destruction. And Azumanga Daioh, not only that this anime has pleased me with the comedy and gave me a good breather of just showing me the great aspect of just the comedic humor and the dramatic aspects of great anime from back then, because when I first watched this anime, I was like 13 or 14 years old. I was very young when I came across Azumanga Daioh. But it also is the last anime from the A section of my anime DVD collection. So by this being a comedy, and by this being the last anime, from everything that I experienced from the violent anime genres that I've reviewed and just showed it off to you guys on my channel, I'm gonna have to say that I was pleased with the opening eye pleasurement of watching this anime. And I'm gonna have to tell you guys right now, for those who have never seen Azumanga or haven't even heard of Azumanga Daioh, and y'all guys like comedy anime, like how am I gonna compare this? Well, there's some animes to compare this to if you like comedy animes like School Rumble or Najima. I didn't like Najima that much. Najima really fell flat for me, but Azumanga Daioh pleases me, and it will please you in all those aspects as well when it comes to comedic humor, drama, or even just character development with knowing all the characters from front to back. Now, for a 26 episode anime, I was surprised that this anime did not have no fillers or no drawbacks or just no boring measurements of us getting to know the characters and us just being bored with them. They actually show us everything when it comes to the character development and the dialogue as well. Now, for 6 characters and for 2 teachers for us to be familiarized with this anime, they showed us almost all of them in the first episode. In the very first episode, we get introduced with Chiyo Mihama, which they call her Chiyo-chan. Now, she is the youngest, but thanks to her wits and her intelligence cycle of her being the brains of the operation of this anime, she was able to skip a couple of grades and she instantly ended up being a high schooler. Now, she instantly ended up being judged because of her size and her age, but it quickly begins to be watered down by people knowing how she really is intelligently. You would think by them knowing how she is already, by her skipping grades and by the teacher letting everybody know how she is and how she ended up becoming a high schooler already. But they wanted us to be familiarized as she begins to express herself towards the anime, and I had no problem with that. I like Chiyo, and I like how she was able to mingle up with the characters as well, because I thought that was creative. By us knowing her, she begins to know everybody else as she begins to introduce herself and show us how she is towards everybody else as they show us how they are. And I thought that was good and well warranted. Chiyo-chan is the brains, but what I like about this anime is that they have like yins and yangs towards each and every character. Every character on here has good chemistry, while other characters are flawed, and some of them have some drawbacks with them to improve their character, but majority of them didn't improve at all. And I thought that was great with this anime because it's realistic. Some characters like to embrace their flaws, while some of them want to improve their personality so they can fit in or just be better, be a better version of themselves. I'm saying that because there is an opposite of Chiyo-chan, and that is Ayamu Kazuka, which is Osaka. Now, Osaka, she is without a doubt one of my favorite characters of all time on this anime because she reminds me so much of one of my friends today. She doesn't really say much, she keeps a lot to herself, but when she talks, she only talks out of context. But at the same time, unlike my friend Osaka, she's an oddball and she's spacey. And at the same time, she's a slow learner. But she's not one of those characters, don't get me wrong, she's not one of those characters that will fuck up the anime and make you like hate her because of her clumsiness. No, she is actually the comedic relief of the anime. Well, everybody is a comedic relief. But what I like about Osaka is that she is a comedian in her own way, in a dumb aspect way. So when you see her interact with certain things, you know she's gonna add more feeling to the humor. Not anything that she has done in this anime has made me cringe. Everything that she's done, every joke that she cracked, or even when she just said something out of her own mouth, made me laugh. I loved Osaka. Then we got Tomo Takino. Tomo Takino is a lot like Osaka, but picture Osaka that takes a lot of sugar and a lot of psych meds, and she is just going apeshit. That is basically Tomo. Tomo, she is fully energetic. She is fully, she is basically what would happen if a child grows up too fast without even learning how to mature. That's Tomo, and I like Tomo a lot. Everything that people will like to try to reconcile with Tomo, even her best friend Yomi, which I'll get to in a second. Tomo, it's hard to offend Tomo. Tomo knows how stupid she is. Tomo knows how ignorant she can be. Tomo knows how rude she can be. But at the same time, she embraces it. She's like a tank. She knows how brutal she can be, but in a tank aspect, if you're gonna be in my way, you're gonna be the one that's gonna get hurt. And I like that with Tomo. I feel like with an anime like this, and people are insecure with themselves, or at the same time they want to try to improve themselves to fit in, they need to watch Azumanga Daioh, because Azumanga Daioh focuses on characters that will embrace their flaws. And I like this anime a lot because of that. It shows you that no matter who you are or who you try to be, being yourself is the main thing that matters the most. Even if you have problems, even if you have flaws, because everybody has flaws and have problems, Tomo is one of those people that would never change, because in order for you to change, that means to fit into people that don't like you for who you are. Tomo's real friends are the people who stick with her. And people who watch Azumanga Daioh is not going to say that Tomo was one of the people that fucked it up. I thought she stood out for me in a very good way when it comes to being yourself and embracing your potential and your flaws. And what is a high school anime without a character who is, and I already said this about Osaka, that is quiet. But we also have a character that is quiet, but at the same time, she is a brute when it comes to intelligence and when it comes to physical maneuvers, when it comes to her doing things and activity-wise, and I mean Sakaki. Now, Sakaki can be easily the fans' favorite, and I can understand that. She looks mature. She has female physiques. She's basically the woman that everybody, like all the kids would like to be with, and basically all the young adults would like to romance also. I like Sakaki on here. Sakaki, she's not my favorite though, because I feel like by me, maybe when I was younger, but by me being older, there's so many animes and so many shows, so many movies, and so many games, if I can give it, that would replicate Sakaki's behavior. There's so many characters that is just like Sakaki. I mean, I can even go by Demon Slayer. How there's a character on Demon Slayer, I forgot the name of the character, but he's like Johnny Young Bosch plays the voice of him, where he's quiet, he's subtle, but he's a very good swordsman when it comes to him getting down to business. That's Sakaki's character, but in the high school aspect. So many characters replicate Sakaki. That's the reason why I can't call her one of my favorite, because we've been there and done that with the creativity of a character being that way. Don't say much, but they do so much. And I'm not saying I hate her either. She fits in, she does great. But at the same time, even though she's quiet, does that mean that she's a funny character and she's not funny? No, she's a funny character also. She pulls her weight too. And she also has weaknesses as well. Her weakness that I forgot to mention with all the other characters, her weakness is basically her trying to fit in. She feels as if just because she doesn't like to open up is because she has a hard time fitting in. So that's her problem. And all that gets explained in the later half of the episode once you get intertwined with each of the characters. Now the yang of Sakaki is Kagura. Kagura is just like Sakaki, wants to be good at everything, but at the same time she's a gymnast. She's a very good expert when it comes to her doing a lot of sports and participating in classes. Sakaki doesn't do that, but she is good at playing sports whenever it's necessary. When she participates in gym, Kagura noticed this, and when she ends up having a little bit of a confrontation with Sakaki, they end up becoming rivals. Not Sakaki's choice, but Kagura's choice, because she feels like she needs to overcome her. Now, at the same time, I noticed that Kagura doesn't think like Sakaki. So Kagura, she's more outspoken. She's a lot like Tomo in that way. And at the same time, she lacks intelligence as well. That is her weakness. But she's more of a physical person, and I like that with Kagura. Lacking intelligence, now we're going back to the intelligence aspect. Now we're talking about Yomi. Yomi is Yomi is the opposite of Tomo. In fact, they're both best friends. But Yomi gives Tomo so much shit when it comes to her being disciplined and her being in that aspect of her just knowing when she needs to behave and knowing she is basically her mentor, but she gives her so much shit. But what I like about Yomi is that Yomi, she is mature. Yomi is a mature character, and there are times on the anime that she has downtime. She likes people to think in her way of her own intelligence. Just like with Chio-chan. Now, there's no comparison between her and Chio-chan. Her and Chio-chan, they both have their own intelligent aspects of how they can learn in everyday learning methods in school. But with Yomi, I noticed, unlike Chio-chan, Yomi, she tries to fit in her own aspect as, in physiques. She hates it when people make fun of her weight. Make fun of her weight and put her down with her with her outfits, you're gonna pay for it. And Tomo does that a lot to Yomi. And it can be great. It can be depressing at times, because I know weight can be a problem with women. But what I like about Yomi is that she doesn't hold back. If you make fun of her weight, you will pay for it a lot. And she's a bad singer too. She sucks at singing. So there are times in the anime where she sings her heart out, or where she participates in certain auditions, or when they just sing karaoke, she breaks the ice and she clears the floors out. And I just like it when people try to act so great, but then they show their their rough at the edges method. It plays out well on this anime. Then we have Kaori, which is Karen. Well, Kyren in Japanese. Now, Kyren, here's the thing. Kyren, she doesn't really show much, but she is basically the fan service aspect of the anime. She has a hard-on for one of the characters, and that is Sakaki. She loves Sakaki very much, and she not want to be like her, but she wants to be with her. And there are times when she embraces it. She wants to give Sakaki that idea. But by this being an anime based on high school, you can't just go out and say it. You have to literally just give them little hints and little tinks and theirs and stuff, because in this anime, their main enemy is their inner me, their emotions, their expressions, how to say things. And if I say it the wrong way, I might regret it. That's basically how Kyren is. There are times when she gets too close to Sakaki, and there are times when she gets too far from Sakaki, and she regrets both. So she's trying to focus on, how can I approach this in the right way so she can feel comfortable with me falling in love with her. And I thought her character was well warranted. I thought I actually was beginning to like Kyren as well. But at the same time, she has some roughly good aspects with her character as well, when it comes to her having a funny aspect to it. All these characters have kryptonite on them, and they're not perfect. And that's the characters. That's basically the students of the anime. Now, with those flaws, what I like of what they do with this anime is that they have fun with these flaws. They give you a lot of good comedic humor with these flaws, even when it comes to them having these confrontations with each other, and by them getting advice by each other students that's telling them how to deal with this correctly, but they have their own problems that they own to solve them. But by them focusing on these materials in the comedic aspect, there are some aspects on here that focuses on the same way, but they put this in the dramatic aspect. They put this in the sorrow aspect. There were times I really did feel sorry for these characters. I really feel bad for them. Are they gonna overcome these obstacles? Are they gonna grow up to mature from these obstacles? Are they gonna confess what their main problems are? Are they gonna confront their inner demons? There were times where I did really feel like, man, I didn't really think that they'll get over this. So Azumanga Daioh does great on these aspects when it comes to the comedic humor, because they have so much humor. They have comedic humor, they have dry humor, they focus on intelligent humor, so people that are a little bit offended when it comes to being made fun of, being called dumb or retarded, this may not be a good anime for you. And is this anime for children? Think of it as a Disney Pixar film that's a cartoon. Well, that's an anime. And because there's some Pixar films from Disney that has gotten away with a lot of adult humor that I'm surprised that is on the screen that kids watch. Azumanga Daioh does this because they have race humor, they have gay humor, they have sex humor, they have all these aspects, because it does not just focus on these girls going through these problems. They focuses on the teachers as well. And I like that because it's more realistic. I don't want to know more. I want to know just as much as the teachers, just as much as I know about the characters and the aspect of the students as well. And they do this, but only with two teachers, which is Miyamo, and she is the gym coach of the anime, and my favorite, Miss Yukari. Miss Yukari, she is one of those teachers that makes you wonder why she's a teacher. But that's because she's a realist. She keeps a lot of things uncontained. She has no filter. In fact, when she I don't think she cracks a joke on this anime. I think everything she says is by heart. Even though it's funny, you laugh, you break down crying in laughter. But when she says things, when she does things to people, it's out of her own emotion. Even though it's supposed to be funny, you know if she's serious. Unlike her, you have Miyamo that wants to be mature, but they both best friends as well. So there's a lot of headbutting with each other. So that's what the adult humor comes from. They talk about what they do for a living, who they fall in love to, and there was even a joke where they both was clashing about how they supposed to measure each other when it comes to them being adults and being mature, and them finding a date. And Yukari cracked on Miyamo in front of the kids and saying, what was that one thing that you hid in your closet? I don't remember, but she was saying that just so she can spite just so she can spite Miyamo. And I, as a kid, I didn't catch on to that, but when I grew up, I was like, wow, they actually put that on here? I'm surprised. So as you can see, this anime is not for children, but it's for mature audiences, or for kids that, well, it's all like it's subjective. Like, watch it yourself and see if it's suitable for children. But I feel like for this being a child, for this having kids into animes and having certain adults into it, there's things that look, if you're a kid and if you're gonna watch this, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna like it a lot. But I feel like it's for all ages. It has mixture humor and mixture dramatic aspects of all ages of what we can all go through. Even for me as an adult, there were things like I mentioned that pulled me in, and I was like, wow, like I'm going through this right now. Like with both of the teachers, there were times where there was literally having this downtime and just thinking to themselves, man, we're getting older. What do I see myself in 10 or 20 more years? Do I see myself married? Do I see myself still being a teacher, or do I see myself drowning in and blending into society? This anime do have good drawbacks to it, and there was even some cheerful moments. I mean, tearful moments. There were times where I was literally crying on this anime a lot, and not just because of the rush of sorrow and me feeling bad for the characters just so they can feel in the sorrow and compassion of the anime. No, you have built this anime into a 25 episode series, so character development does matter here, and they have done that a lot. They have done that great with this anime. So what you feel, especially on the second half of the anime, you're gonna feel what they're going through, even when they're getting insulted, even when they're cracking jokes, or even when they're going through a traumatic phase. You are going to wish that these girls get out of this shit, and at the same time graduate, because there is a main enemy in this anime, and the main enemy is the entrance exams. I was hoping that these girls would pass, because Tomo, Kagura, all of them, I really hope that all of them was gonna pass, and I was really hoping that this would go behind them, because man, they was doubting themselves. They was really beginning to feel like, man, like maybe I should have paid attention. I should have like stopped BSing around. And I was like, man, I felt like that too when I was a kid. So this anime will put you on the spot. I mentioned I forgot to mention two characters on the anime that really made the anime for me. Now, don't get me wrong, all of them has done a great job. Yomi, Sakaki, Yukari, all of them. The teachers, the students, everybody has done a great job with this anime. But there's two of these characters that really made Azumanga Daioh for me. One, let's talk about Kimura, the English teacher. Now, Kimura, what's an anime without perverts? Come on, let's be real. What's an anime without perverts? Without people that's literally just being perverted? I mean, we got Kyron. There was even a couple of scenes when Kyron was acting a hornball towards Sakaki. But I feel like with Azumanga Daioh, yeah, it's cliche. We are tired of animes having creeps and perverted people that is doing things and just I'm not. I feel like that's funny. I feel like that's hilarious. Now, I know that's a lot to say when it comes to the cancel culture out there, but come on. These are jokes. This is humor. It's not like these people are being raped. It's not like these people are being assaulted or whatever. These are jokes. These are people breaking the fourth wall. And I feel like if it offends you, then this may not be the anime for you, you sensitive motherfuckers. But anyway. Kimura is a hilarious son of a bitch. I love Kimura. Kimura is funny. He is outspoken. Now you know how you got characters that is perverted and they like to keep their perversion contained. But it's like with one saying, what one of my friends told me, the deadly ones are the ones that's quiet. Kimura's not quiet. Kimura's not quiet at all. You're gonna get a lot of that shit on this anime. And then I forgot to mention Shio's father. Shio's father, you do not want to fuck with him. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna cut that brief. Her father is a goon. Her father is a monster. Her father is a beast. When I seen him, I think it was like episode 5 or episode 6 or whatever, when I came across Chio's father, I was like, who the fuck is this dude? But this dude is Azumanga Daioh. This dude is, he is, just watch the anime and you know what I'm talking about. As you can see, the anime is great. It's fantastic in all aspects of the word. It focuses mostly on the drama and the comedic humor. You're gonna fall in love with this anime with all aspects of the humor and the drama aspects of each of the characters. No one is gonna watch Azumanga and say that each like one of the characters fell flat. Every single one of these characters has done justice for me, and I felt each of the characters' compassions, their passion as well of what they was trying to do, what they were trying to accomplish, even if it was unnecessary. I felt their drive, I felt their motivation, and I felt what they felt when it comes to them trying to overcome their obstacles and their issues. It done great with the pacing, and it done very good with the cinematography as well. I love the anime of this series too, especially the introduction. The introduction is great. The introduction is so energetic, it makes you jump up. I love the introduction. Even as a child, I was like, what is this? I mean, you have each of the characters just playing their little parts and stuff and just doing like the little dances and stuff and then just twirling around up and down and stuff. I fell in love with the introduction a lot. I'm sorry if that made you feel uncomfortable, but you're going to see that a lot watching the introduction of this anime. If you skip it, you are a fucking asshole. But it's a very good catchy song. I love Sara Mimi Keiki. It's very, very, very cheerful. It gets me jumped up every time. When I was 350 pounds, when I used to go to the gym, that was the only song that I played that motivated me to drop all that shit all at once. But just like a lot of animes, you have introductions that sits down and tones the mood for you. And that is Raspberry Heaven. The introduction of the anime, it's calm, it's steady, it doesn't energize you, but it sets you down to the point where you just be at ease. Azumanga Daioh is a very good anime, and I can't say that I came across a gem. I can't say this is one of these rare imitation animes because you can buy this anime and it's pretty cheap. but this is a masterpiece. And if you love animes that have comedy, if you love animes that got good drama, if you like animes that got good chemistry, or if you just like animes that just have a good aspect of character development and you want to feel these characters, or if you just want to go back to the high school genre of how things was when you was a kid, because by me watching this anime, I want to go back to high school because I miss my high school friend. No, I don't. Fuck all those motherfuckers. But anyway, this anime will set you back. This anime will make you feel like a kid again. And I did feel like a kid watching this anime. And I did feel like there was a lot of things that I did not come across to as a child growing up because of the adult humor that was thrown at me. But this anime needs to be watched in 2022. I'm going to have to give Azumanga Daioh an A+. Sorry for how long this review was, but I had to literally tell you the brim and just every aspect of this anime. I'm not gonna be one of those people that do reviews and make it quick and make it brief. Only way if I do that is if it's lacking something that I cannot mention due to it being a spoiler. But no, this anime needs to be addressed to anime fans, anime lovers, or people who want to find a good anime that has those aspects that I mentioned. You would not be sorry. I need to explain this because by me being a critic, me being a critic teacher, I need to address all these aspects, not just because I need to let you fans watch it, but to show you my love for it. And I still love Azumanga towards this day. I still love this anime towards this day. This happens to be the 5th anime that I bought as a child. I saved up so much lunch money buying this shit and it paid off. And if someone told me, if by me being 13 or 14 years old, if someone told me you was going to be 32 years old reviewing this anime and hoping that your channel will grow up and boost up, I wouldn't even believe them. But that just shows you how much love I have for the things that I do. I like to dish it out and I like to show and express that love by talking about it and give you the full package material of how I feel about what I'm reviewing, even if it's good or bad. Well, I did say a lot. I did say a mouthful. But that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for more of my upcoming reviews and anime videos. Hit it your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a good day.